Good evening, people. Welcome back to Cruising on Crypto. I am Craig, and I'm calling it. The bull run is back. No doubt in my mind. Okay, there's a little bit of doubt in my mind. I'm going to show you a few things about why it's bullish. But before that, in case you're wondering why I haven't done an episode in a few days and why I look like I've been drafted into the armed forces, I shaved my head nice and close, high and tight as they call it, because I'm about to go on a 5-week sailing trip for my vacation this summer all around Lake Ontario. We're heading to Toronto for Canada Day, fireworks hopefully this year. Last year, COVID ruined it. I'm hoping this year we get the big fireworks display in the water in front of Toronto, which is going to be awesome to see from our sailboat. If you don't know, I have another channel called Cruising on Crypto, Cruising Off Duty, where I sail around on my sailboat. And the plan is in 3 years or less than 3 years, I retire, and we're going to sell everything, buy a catamaran, 45 to 50 foot, and sail around the world while we're in our golden retirement years. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyways, that's why I got the Cruising on Crypto channel started, because while I did my sailing channel, I started making comments about how the fiat currency system, the massive money printing was going to cause rampant inflation and all that stuff. And while most of my viewers over there appreciated the heads up, some of them said, no, I don't want to hear this. This is a sailing channel. I don't want to hear about financial stuff on a sailing channel. Hence why I created the Cruising on Crypto channel. So with that being said, that vacation coming, I had to pack like crazy over the last few days. I'm putting all my cameras, my gimbals, all the stuff I need to make cinematic sailing videos. And because of that, I'm actually making this episode by staring at my computer screen, that little FaceTime camera, which isn't the greatest quality. But nonetheless, let's get into the crypto side of things. But the reason I wanted to say that is definitely I won't be able to make these long form videos about crypto, but I am going to be updating the Cruising on Crypto or Cruising_crypto Twitter account. I'm going to be talking about crypto as I see things going on. So follow me there. Also, if you have any questions and you want to fire it my way, always you can use cruisingoncrypto@gmail.com. That's why that's at the bottom of the screen. So anyways, also Cruising Off Duty has an Instagram account. So if you want to see photos and short videos of what we're doing on our sailing trip, go over to Cruising Off Duty and check the Instagram account there. There we go. So the reason I'm calling this bull market definitely back on is because of something if you've been watching other YouTube channels, you've probably heard of this already, but the Wyckoff Accumulation, I believe, and this is my strong feeling, that we just had the spring. This is right here. This is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. And as you can see, we had the massive meltdown from, it started way up here at almost 65,000. Then we kind of petered out a bit to around 60, but then we had the hard fall, and that would be this part here. So we're seeing the 65 down up to the 60,000, and then down all the way through to, although it hit, I keep wanting to stare over where my camera usually is, even though we hit around 30,000, look at this huge long wick on the bottom of this one. And that's really a sign that although the whales were trying to push the market down as hard as they could, and this is all part of manipulation, this Wyckoff accumulation thing. The whales, the people with the big money, the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs, all those people who want to get loaded up on crypto are pushing the market down, manipulating it. They tried to push it down as hard as they could, but like trying to push a basketball or a beach ball underwater, it really fights to come back up, because most people, when they saw this massive dive, tried to say this is a buying opportunity, and so they bought it back so quickly that all you have is this big long wick at the bottom, which is actually a very bullish sign. The fact that the body of the candle is at the top and then there's a big long wick below it, it's a hammer formation, and it's very bullish. Vice versa, if it was the other way around and there's a big wick on the top and a little hammer at the bottom, then that's a bearish formation. But anyways, we've continued to do this Wyckoff accumulation thing where we kind of were in a range, as this would show here, and then we finally hit a lower low, at least when you factor in the full bodies of the candles. It didn't have that crazy long wick here, but this is lower than this low back here. And that's the way the Wyckoff accumulation works. The next phase B low is slightly lower than the first one. And the reason for that is, at first you can force something down, but people aren't quite believing that the bull market's over yet, so people are buying the dip. And so they let it kind of come back up, and then they force it down a second time. Now you get more people afraid, more than the original dip, where they're like, maybe this is over. And you get the hardcore people like me who haven't sold a thing, and we go, nope. And we buy the dip, we hold on to what we've got, and then they do one more push down, trying to beat the old low, which is what we did yesterday. We got down to 28,500 maybe. And that was supposed to be the one that, the spring they call it in the Wyckoff Accumulation, where all the people who were like just about ready to throw in the hat after the second dip, finally on this one, this is where they throw all the last of the weak hands out. And the only people then that are still in it are the hardcore hodlers. And then the whales decide, okay, we've loaded up as much as we can in this lower level. It would cost us way too much money at this point to try and force the market down even further. Because the only way they force it down is they actually sell. They find resistance levels or support levels in this case, and they go, if I can get below it, the technical analysis, all the people watching the charts will go, God, if it goes below that, my stop loss is just under that. If I can go through that, it's going to hit all those stop losses, which means all those people are going to be selling, which is going to create that snowball rolling downhill effect, and the market will gain acceleration to the downside. And they do that once, they do that twice, they do that a third time, and then at that point, they've been loading up at these lower levels, and hopefully by this point, this is the hope I have, that this is the spring. They've got enough at this low level that now they're ready to start buying and not fudding the market down, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, sending out those big articles, JP Morgan saying, we did a poll of all our rich people that are under our, investment people, and we've all decided that crypto is a bad thing. And, you've seen all the articles. So all those articles will stop because now they're loaded up with what they want. And now they're going to see the news articles flip the other direction. Now everything's going to be about how, you're already starting to see it, how all these smaller South American countries are starting to adopt cryptocurrencies as in lieu of the American dollar that's being printed almost to oblivion. All these countries are like, yeah, we want to get away from completely depending on the US dollar. We want to get into Bitcoin. Now, we always say at Uruguay and we're hearing other countries in South America, I think Paraguay, and now some countries in Africa are also thinking about getting into either Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency as their fiat currency replacement. So that's all going to be bullish news, which means we should have this. We're probably going to go up. We're going to come back and we're going to test a little lower, and then we're going to keep going up higher and test a little lower. And as you can see up over here, we're above the recent highs back here. So we should be up past the 60,000 and on to bigger and better things. So we can get out of this Wyckoff thing. But that's my assumption that this latest low as of yesterday was the spring. Now, I know a few people go, was it really low enough to scare out everybody? Or do we have one more dip down to, let's say, 25,000? It's always possible. That's what I say. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows for sure. But I feel like just listening to people who are talking about cryptocurrencies on Twitter and whatnot, it feels like everybody who's still in is a hardcore hodler. And you're not going to get those people to sell under any circumstances. So therefore, if the whales are feeling that, they're going to go, no point. There's no point. We've got as much as we needed, and it would cost us way too much money to try and force the market down when these last people holding on are going to hold on for dear life no matter what. So there we go. So let's look at one of my favorite things. This is sort of like just a bunch of the altcoins that I follow over the last, whatever number of days. And as you can see, it's been kind of since about 2 days ago. It's been just kind of a nice, slow, sideways with a little upward slide to most of these altcoins. And that's a good sign. So they're all, like most cases, most of the coins move either they're all moving up on the same time, they're all moving down. Not to the same exact rate, because as you can see, Dogecoin is way up here at the top. I don't have Dogecoin, never will own Dogecoin, but when things were down, Dogecoin was down. If we go back to when Dogecoin, when things were going down, see, Doge is at the bottom down here. And then when things start going up, you find that certain things are like that. I find TLM too, Alien World. It's one of the coins I own in a farm. And when things are going up, it's near the top. When things are going down, it's near the bottom. And what that really means is it has a high beta. So when the market, if you want to call the market Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are the big players, they tend to move pretty closely together. But when things are going up, these high beta stocks or coins like Dogecoin, Alien World, some of the smaller gaming coins, they go up faster. And when things are going down, they go down harder. So it's a risk reward thing. Smaller coins, more niche kind of use case, those boom to the upside or crash to the downside. So be aware of that if you're getting into one of those coins. Speaking of being aggressive with a very speculative investment, I had a few viewers say you should do a whatever, 1,000 to 10,000 or a 2,000 to 20,000 kind of like thing while I'm on this sailing vacation. I can Twitter at least. Can I do a little investment? Let's see how fast I can grow something. So I've decided I'm going to do that with $2,500. So what I've decided is I'm going to go from $2,500 to $25,000 as quickly as possible. My goal is to get there by the end of the year. And I'm going to put this separate of my other investments. I'm going to keep it. When I invest in something with this separate money, it's going to be only that money. I can't have any of my other investment money in the same investment because it muddies the water a bit. But I want to show you. Now, again, remember my episode about risk reward and chasing the incredibly high yields can often backfire in your face because incredibly high yield means incredibly high risk. So don't put all your eggs in that basket. But this is $2,500 of my overall portfolio. So it's fun money. If I lose it, I lose it. But I'm going to show you right here which one I'm in. Well, let me just find where to go. Oh, nope, not that one. This one. Okay, so I got into this one right here. It's the BNB/Spacecoin farm. So I put $2,500. It was it was exactly $2,500 I put in there. I had $1,250 of Spacecoin from this farm I'm in down here. And you can see I'm earning Spacecoins all the time. A crazy high yield on that one as well. But this is amazingly high yield. They've done a boost to it. So Ape Rocket here has boosted how much Spacecoin they're giving you. So therefore, you're getting not the 351% APR. Because they're boosting it, you're actually getting 3,213.72%. I'm not 100% sure how long they're boosting it for, but I'm going to take advantage of it. Again, this 2,500 to 25,000 goal. I can move it out of this farm. I can move it into things. I'll keep you guys abreast in the videos when I get back to doing videos, and definitely on Twitter if you want to follow me there. But this is where my first $2,500 starting point is going to be. It's in BNB Spacecoin, earning a 3,200% rate of return. So when I get the space coins out, so every once in a while I'll hit claim here and I'll get whatever space I've earned. I've just started this today. So as you can see, I haven't earned that much space yet. And I started at 2,500. It's already up $19.85. Actually, I hit refresh just to make sure that that number hasn't changed. Oh, I'm actually down. Oh no. So now it's $24.92. Boo, boo. So anyways, I'm still earning space coins. So what I'll do, because I'll need BNB and I'm not allowed to add extra money into this, this little competition amount. So what I'll need to do is I'm also getting banana coin. And when I get enough banana coin and or space coin, I'll have to split it into BNB/space to get more LP tokens to add more to this. Or I could take that money and put it into a different farm. There's other things I could put in, not only here, but on Auto Farm or any of the other things that have vaults or auto renew. I like the auto renew, especially when, come on, Auto Farm, get in here. What are you doing? Oh, that's why this is here. As you can see, there's a lot of different auto farms you can do. And the reason I like these auto renew ones like Ape Rocket, 11 Finance, which I'll take off the ones I've deposited. And you'll see that there's a ton of different options there. There's a ton of different options on Auto Farm. The auto reinvest ones are easier, especially when you're going on vacation and you can't manually reinvest stuff. That's the way you can get your APR to be a reasonably good rate of return to an APY, which means auto reinvested at a super high rate of return, is you have to reinvest it. Now, if you're not in an auto reinvestment aggregator, you have to manually do it. So whenever you get coins from, I don't know, let's say Pancake, going to the farms here, you're going to see you're earning cake. So you're putting in these coins and you're earning cake. And then you have to take that cake and decide if you want to buy the other coin back and reinvest it or invest it in a different farm. It's a manual thing. So if I'm sailing around Lake Ontario and I'm not going to be I'm not going to blow through all my cell phone data doing a lot of videos, which I can't do, and spending a lot of time, constantly trading cryptos. So I'm going to put it into these auto yield farms where they can do it for me. They reinvest it and I'll come back after a month and hopefully things will be boo to the moon. but I will keep on top of it. Like, I will look on my phone here. Of course, everybody has the ability to watch their cryptos on their phone. So, I could trade if I really wanted to, but I plan to be partying a bit more. So there we go. I don't know if there's really anything. I want to keep this short and sweet. Just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be gone. There won't be an episode for a while. Follow me on Twitter. Check out the Cruising Off Duty Instagram page. And that I feel that was the spring. And again, I feel this is the spring from the Wyckoff Accumulation, the manipulated whales getting in there and pushing it down as hard as they can. And this was their final push down before we finally start heading to the upside. There will be some pauses along the way. There will be some, peak ups and fallback downs, peak ups and fallback downs. So it won't be a straight line up, but I'm thinking the low of 28.5 was the low for the year. And mid-July should be very bullish. The reason I say mid-July, by the way, is June is the end of the quarterly earnings reports. So most corporations work on a normal calendar year. So June is the end of this second quarter. And then they announce partway into July. And when they announce their earnings, some of these corporations are going to announce that they've also put some Bitcoin, Ethereum, or some Bitcoin or Ethereum ETFs on their balance sheet in lieu of just keeping cash there. And that's going to be extremely bullish news to propel the market higher. And that's what I believe is going to happen. Another catalyst to make July bullish for us. So hopefully that's good news, something you're looking forward to. Wish me well on cruising around Lake Ontario. No big storms while I'm out in the middle. That would be nice. And until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you happiness, health, and wealth in that order.